anyway, but nonetheless, yeah.
Oh, the
Wait,
Titan train.
Well, let my train get on through here real quick.
that's hysterical, man.
You know, it's crazy when you live around the train, man. It gets to where it doesn't bother you, and you don't even notice it anymore.
I bet.
What's up, guys? Hey, Home of the Hustle. This is the 1-year anniversary special. You know what this is. You know who we are. We just wanted to take some time to, acknowledge what has gone on for the last year. So Brian Hess, who handles Wednesdays on the Hustle, he's going to kind of lead the way here, and we're just going to be along for the ride. So share this thing out when you see it, and let's have a good time.
So, first of all, guys, I just want to point out happy anniversary to all of you guys. I got it up on the screen here.
It's a party.
And it's a party going on in here tonight. So happy anniversary to you guys. And being one of the newer guys on the show here, I just want to thank you guys for first and foremost welcoming me to it, but also giving me the opportunity to talk with you guys tonight and ask you guys some questions. So I got some stuff lined up for you guys tonight that should make for some interesting comedy and some interesting history. So without further ado, my man, Eddie Martin, I will go to you first, since Eddie is the guy that brought me into this deal. Why don't you talk to us, man, talk to the viewers about how the Home of the Hustle came about in the first place. Tell us the story. Take us down memory lane.
All right, so I'll spare you all the details of how everything came about, but at the end of the day, I met Frank about a year and a half ago through Facebook, and we immediately vibed, and we said, hey, we're in this thing for the long game. Let's figure out what's going on. Like, how does this thing work? Both of us are just a couple of knuckleheads that didn't have no idea what was going on. Well, I I'd recently left, or the company had folded, where I was managing a handful of salespeople, and I had a sales call that was going on 3 times a week. And me and my other buddy that was the other manager with me, we would get on these calls, and we would have conversations with the salespeople, and we'd help them through their issues and kind of guide them through their day, do role play and things like that. Well, when the company dissolved, I missed it. Like, I missed having the opportunity to be able to interact and help people and express the information that I've learned over the years to help folks that hadn't been there yet. So I created this Facebook group that was supposed to be for sales calls, and I just put it up on Facebook. I said, hey, who would be down to have a sales call conversation? And dude, I thought it was going to be small. 100 people jumped in automatically. So immediately getting on the phone with 100 people was not the business. It was not going to happen. We had never done any live video before. So as soon as this thing sparked off in this group, I called Frank and I was like, dude, I need help with managing this thing. Like, are you with me? And he said, without a doubt, I'm with you. So what we learned over the next couple of months was that Facebook was really more of a reality show. It was really more of the way, this is television, right? This was an opportunity not only to help and affect other people, but also get a lot of exposure and get in front of a bunch of eyeballs and have a big impact. So, once we saw what was going on, we said, well, we need to make a change. Like, we're still playing small. How about we start a TV network? How about we start a TV network? And so we did. And then we met the Titan. And then Jason was going on Mondays, and I was going on Tuesdays, and Frank was going on Wednesdays. And at one point we had an afternoon show going on called The Entrepreneur, and that's coming back. So at the end of the day, what we saw was that Facebook and the social media thing and the impact that we were able to have and see through the community that we built needed to be taken to the next level. And we saw an opportunity that we didn't see anybody else doing. And so we jumped all over it. And now what we have here is this little thing called the Home of the Hustle.
No doubt, man. No doubt. So 365 days later, here we are, sitting here, 4,000 follows. I looked this up tonight, and I want to share it with you guys because I'm not even sure that all of you know. I gave Eddie a little inside scoop on the phone, but 250,000 views in 1 year.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
What do you guys think about that? So
I think we're going to 10x that this year.
amen, man. Amen. No, that's awesome, man.
What I love about that number, dude, is that this is all organic. Like, there's never been a sponsored post. We've never boosted anything. I mean, there might have been some BS that was boosted, but it didn't have any impact. We have never put any money behind this, and literally we've helped facilitate and create this community that we're a part of just by being authentic and being ourselves and providing value to that community. I'm just blown away. I didn't realize the numbers were like that.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Titan.
Yo,
I got a question for you, man. And I don't want to ask Frank because I think he might be part of the answer, potentially.
Frank's always the answer. What's the question?
You ready, man?
Yeah.
What is your funniest memory of one of the other guys on the hustle?
Oh, Lord. Man.
Was I right that it might be Frank?
Man, I think it may have just been last Sunday night, and it involved Frank when Kim broke out the beard. I think Kim breaking out the beard was hilarious, man. And for the most part, it's not a huge comedy show, but I love Kim's energy, man. And so when she broke out the beard and looked identical to Frank sitting next to him, I could have been brothers or sisters or something, cousins, whatever. I was rolling in the floor. The other, now that I remember, had nothing to do with Frank. Rob Martin was on with Eddie Martin, and we had some trolls on the feed. There was over 100 people on the feed, and somebody, they kept talking about this couch, but somebody talking about Rob Martin said how much for the couch that the Mexican lady's sitting on. I was rolling. How much for that couch?
Too funny, man. I think, it's funny you say that because when I started watching, I remember people like repeating that joke in the comments, and I was wondering what the heck everybody was talking about. So now I know months later what everybody was talking about.
A couple of us woke up like the next day, like, Rob, what did you do?
Too funny, man. Too funny. So Frank, same question to you, man. What's one of your funniest memories, or maybe one of the funniest things that's happened live on the show?
Man, live on the show? Hell, I don't know. Probably that day that Eddie and I walked outside of the establishment when the sun was coming up in Vegas. we knew we were pretty hard that day.
The establishment.
We'll keep the show PG-13 for at least another minute until I ask Eddie a question, and we'll leave that as just the establishment. How about that? Too funny. So Eddie, what's the funniest moment you remember?
Dude, like Frank took it from me. He took the funniest moment from me.
So are you trying to say, man, that you've only been to one establishment on this show?
Like 3. I've been to like 3 establishments.
Like today?
Like in the last week. No, I don't know, man. I think the funniest moment for me around the hustle, I mean, dude, there's so many different things. Like when we all got together and came to Vegas for Amplify and we were all hanging out. There was a lot of funny moments there, but I would have to say that hands down, the funniest moment was when we were at Thrive, at the Thrive event, and the crazy event was going on here in Las Vegas, and Frank and I were on lockdown inside of the Hard Rock Casino, and we couldn't go. We didn't have a room to go to. We didn't have anywhere to go. So once we're standing around, down by the bar and just trying to like keep it together, right? Don't drink too much. We're trying to do all that. And a prostitute comes up to Frank. And I got pictures, man. It's hilarious. So this prostitute comes up to Frank, and she's like the most salty, meanest, angriest hooker I've ever seen in my life. And she gets all up in Frank's face, and she's like trying to pitch him, right? She's trying to pitch him, and Frank ain't having it, right? So I walk up with my cell phone, and I just flip it to like selfie mode and take a picture of me and Frank and this prostitute hitting on him. It was classic, and there's so many more layers deep to that story that we won't get into here on the show. But that was probably the funniest situation that I can recall off the top of my head that's happened with any of the folks.
Let me interject real quick, because I wasn't there for that one, but I do remember when all 4 of us Hustle guys were together for Justin's birthday, and we went to the club. And some dude started hitting on Eddie, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. Dude, that was crazy.
Asking Eddie if he wants to dance. Like, come on, dude, let's dance. And we thought dude was joking. And he's like, no, like, for real, let's dance. And we're like, I was like, Eddie, is this your friend? And he's playing with us. And he's like, I ain't never seen dude in my life. It was like, all right, it's time to get away from this guy.
Dude, you ain't never seen a dude get circled up so fast in your entire life. Everybody was like, who's this guy? And he just got surrounded.
Because I thought he was joking. I thought he was your friend. I thought the joke was on me.
I will say, I mean,
my friend, dude.
Eddie does look like he might be a hell of a dancer. I'm just saying.
Hey,
well, that same night in Vegas, you know, Eddie and I, we did sleep together.
We did sleep together. That's right. I got audio footage of Frank sounding like he's chopping a fucking tree down. Like,
I'm a lumberjack, baby.
Like, you have apnea, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
I was correct about that whole PG-13 thing. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there. So, when I was thinking about what questions to ask, what came to my mind is, there's always kind of new viewers, and then there's people that, kind of loyal viewers that watch every single week, watch you guys every night of the week. So for those new folks out there, or maybe some folks that aren't as engaged in social media, they might be bashful about it. So I want to ask you guys, like, your social media journey. So from, getting on social media to then, taking things to a whole new level, and then eventually joining the home of the hustle. How has that changed, how you look at things, your connections, your relationships, and all of that type of stuff? Jay, we'll go with you first, the Titan.
All right. So I've been on social media for a long time. I think, it's probably on Facebook the day that they started Facebook. But I definitely didn't work it like this. I didn't use it for as a tool. I used it to keep up with people and just check in every once in a while. But I think I met Frank first, or Frank stalked me, or something along those lines. And somehow I tripped, slipped, and fell up into this crew. And apparently Eddie and Frank wanted to be a tripod, so I just kind of jumped right in. But the power of the network, really all you could say is Las Vegas 3 weeks ago, man. Like, I had no clue. Me and Eddie had no idea how far spread out this was. Everywhere we turned, just home of the hustle, Titan, what's going on? And I was like, man, these people that I don't know me. And it's because of this platform, and it's because of the choice that we made to utilize Facebook to get attention, not just for us, but for our audience, and start pulling in people who care about the same things we care about, believe the same things we believe, and hold a lot of knowledge that we want for ourselves, and we don't want to hoard it, and so we share it. But the power of the network is most powerful right here in this team.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Frank, same question. How do you think social media has influenced you or changed the way that you look at things?
I mean, it's been massive. It all. Once you kind of sat back and you just kind of see almost like a responsibility. Once we engaged and started seeing how people related to the stories. And it's like, shit, man, we can't stop. We can't stop. And the more we tell a story, then the vernacular, the way the words come out of your head, like the meanings kind of morph and change. And the way you voice it, it's like, is that really this or really that? So really, we're working through this stuff ourselves, for ourselves, right in front of everybody. And so it's been just incredible from the network. Like Baby Beard Club probably wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't have been for the network. Developing a brotherhood and sisterhood of people that, I made a post last year sometimes like, hey man, if we met online and if we have met in person, man, post up. I don't know if it was like 60 or 70 people like, yeah, man, I met you here, I met you there. So it's really, if you want to accelerate your network and your social capital, man, it's so easy just to pour into people.
No doubt, no doubt. And before I ask Eddie this question, I just want to tell all the viewers that how I ended up in this crew was first and foremost a social media ad from Lightspeed VT. So if you think those don't work, they do. To which I clicked and put my information in. And on the other end of the phone, the next day, 24 hours later, was Eddie Martin. And Eddie and I went through some things, and, he showed me their system, which I ended up signing up for. But after that conversation, or actually during that conversation, we connected on social media. And that has led to this whole mess here that we got going on. So, but Eddie, same question to you, man. And first and foremost, I appreciate you bringing me into the group, being a great friend, being a good guy. And that goes for all you guys, but especially for Eddie, since he brought me into the group here. And I appreciate you guys. But same question to you, man.
Well, it was a no-brainer getting you involved, man. You're one of us immediately. I recognize that. So, I'm glad that everybody embraced you the same way that I did. Dude, social media changed the game for me. I never thought that anybody should listen to a fucking word that I have to say, right? Nobody should listen to what I have to say because I'm not a millionaire, right? Because I take big risks and I take big losses and I keep going back and getting punched in the mouth and I spit teeth and I come back for more. That's not advice that you would think that would be productive to give to people. Hey, put your fucking life on the line and see what happens. Work your ass off and you're probably going to lose, but, fuck it and do it again. To me, that was like, you don't do that, right? And then coming out of the corporate world, it was very much like everything should be PC, right? You should present yourself in a professional manner, and that's what's going to have people show you the respect that's due to you, and blah, 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 blah. And what I found within a couple of months of being on social media was that it was 100% the opposite. So coming to that conclusion gave me the permission to just be me. And when I flipped the switch and stopped worrying about whose feelings I was hurting and how I might appear to certain people, when I flipped that switch, the community around me started to get built. My vibe attracted my tribe, or whatever you want to call it. So if you're on social media and you're still playing it safe and you're still, trying to not hurt anybody's feelings or being a little bit less than who you actually are, my recommendation to you is stop it. Like, if you just be yourself, and the things that are going to come to you are going to come to you, and the impact that you're going to have on people is going to happen. And through that, I learned that I have a lot of valuable information and a lot of great knowledge and experience and opinions that help people. And it's my responsibility to get out of my own fucking way and share that stuff with people. So social media has been a game changer for me.
Yeah, agreed, man. I think everybody would agree with that. Social media in general, I don't think, me personally, I didn't realize the power of social media. And again, this group and the whole community that surrounds it has helped me, take things to a whole different level than I ever thought was possible in my own life. And, I'm a proponent of what I call training. And I think that, whether we realize it or not, as a group, what we do every night is almost, we're putting information out there or training people in some way, shape, or form, right? With concepts and theories and motivation. And, so I think it's very cool to see people kind of adapt to that. And the group and community that's been built around this thing is just amazing. So, one more quick question, and then I'm going to go to the final question here. But if you guys were to describe, everybody always watches the show, and a lot of people ask me, like, what are those guys really like? What's Eddie like, or what's the Titan like when everybody's behind closed doors? And I'm like, man, they're exactly the same, right? But why don't you guys talk a little bit about, over that 1 year period, kind of how this thing took shape and what it looked like from the inside, and what do you think makes this show special for you?
Let me take that one because I had never met these guys in person before 10X last year. I had met them through social media, and maybe really kind of started building that relationship, interacting with them on the phone and through this screen like we're doing right now. But man, when I got off the plane in Miami and walked out on that beach, there was no difference. I mean, we could have just been Facebook Live right there in person. And then we spent that weekend together, and it was exactly the same. It just solidified what we were seeing and learning about each other through this. And that's what's really cool about this platform, is that we're on it enough, and we see each other enough that we knew each other before we ever met. Like, as soon as we met, we were like already really good friends. And by the time we left, I mean, we were brothers. So,
no doubt, man, no doubt. Frank, anything to add?
Yeah, man, repeat that for me. I got lost in Jason's eyes there.
Man, I knew this would be a tough job to be the host of this group, but Frank, he always throws the zinger. So what we're asking is, like, inside the group, everybody asks, like, inside the group, how everybody is, and, what kind of makes this special to you, or what goes on inside the group that you think it makes this whole experience of Home of the Hustle unique and special?
It's really, I would say, like, three things. Number one, if you're going to be a part of the on-screen personalities with this community, this group, you're going to take the ego, man, and go put it in the cabinet. Because and that's why we do this the way we do it, and the way it's been working is because so many people want to be the man or be the woman, to be the star, and all of us, like, I don't really give a fuck about that. We just want to win and help other people win. Who cares? And so, taking that ego in this whole community, I know they can feel that, they can sense that. And that's why we have the loyalty and just the viewers that we do. So, the other thing is just straight up transparency. We saw that need in the marketplace of, these big influencers are doing it. But for me, the way I envision and the way I feel our place is, my place is that, like, we're just that go-between. The Cardone, you may not be able to even fathom being a Billy Killer, or a Lewis House, 7-8 figure, whatever. Like Katie said, we're just a bunch of squirrels trying to get a nut. We're out there, knuckleheads. We're doing it. We've failed over and over again. We don't quit. And, like, man, there's people out there that need to see that. There's people out there that, like, they don't know the first step to starting a business. And we've all done that first step and then some, like a couple marathons. So that was a big aspect. And then the number, like, one thing right from the get-go. I know Eddie and I talked about this a lot, but it's just long game. And we wouldn't be doing this for a year, making no money. I mean, it's costing money to do different things and stuff. We wouldn't be doing this just if we didn't have a long-term plan to grow and expand, and, because, for me, it's biblical that, the guy that went after the three, whatever the hell they call it, the three guys got money, 10 pieces of silver. One guy went out and buried it. One guy went out and he made a couple with it. One guy went out and doubled it. And the creator come back and said, "Hey man, why'd you bury my money? You're supposed to go out and expand and multiply." And so he whipped him, sent him to the shed. And but the guy that multiplied the most, he gave the most. And so, for me, we've been given a lot of lessons and a lot of trials and tribulations that they're not meant to happen to us; they're meant to happen for us. And that is our gift to say, "Hey man, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. This is what I found."
Yeah. For you guys that haven't had the privilege of talking to Mr. Frank Sell on the telephone, the guy's exactly the same, man. Every guy in this group is special as a human being, first and foremost, as fathers and people and sons, and just all in all, just great guys. And so we'll leave the last spin around the circle here to the rated R version of this answer to Mr. Eddie Martin.
Fuck, dude, why you gotta call me out like that? Frank hit it pretty much where I'm thinking is the reason why this works, right? The reason why this works is because we're all confident. We all know where we're going. We all know what we're doing. We're doing the things that need to be done to get where we're going. But the egos are in check. Like, it's in check. Like, we might be convicted and passionate and fucking we want to win. Like, I want to fucking win. But that doesn't mean that I want to win at the expense of Frank or at the expense of Jason or at the expense of you or at the expense of anybody who's within the community. So checking those egos at the door is the reason why this works. This works. And when other people have tried to do multiple people doing, shows and different things like that, it doesn't work the same way. Because we, as much as the egos are checked and we're all like-minded individuals that are all flowing in the same direction, we are all individuals, right? This is fucking Voltron, baby. Like, we are all different types of people. You might like me and you don't like Frank. You might like Frank and you don't like me. Maybe I cuss too much. Maybe you don't like that. I'm the rated R version. But that's the thing, is different strokes for different folks. And what we've done is be able to build a team of people that are all flowing in the same direction, that are all like-minded, that appeal to multiple different kinds of people and multiple different types of people in different places in their lives, right? I share a lot about like my struggles and what I go through and the risks that I've taken. And so people who have done similar things, they resonate with me very well. People who are like, I don't give a shit about this and like, I'm going to win no matter what, they like me. People that want to, that own a business, that like the straight talk, they gravitate straight to Jason, straight to fucking Jason. The folks that are like, Frank says I'm the stoic one of the group, but he's totally the stoic one of the group. Like, you want to like stop and reconsider your entire life and think about like everything. Who's thinking are you freaking thinking? You like Frank Sell. So there's a group of people that love all of us, and then there's people that just like me, and they just like Frank, and they just like Jason. So we have different flavors for everybody because everybody is different. So whether it's your religion, your race, your culture, whatever it is, we all have commonality, and we're all the same, but completely different. And that's what makes this work, at least in my opinion. The fact that we can leave the egos at the door, be authentically who we are, unapologetically authentic. And I hate the word authentic because now all of a sudden everybody is transparent and authentic, even though they're not. That's why it works to me.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And I couldn't agree more. Being a person that, came into the group from the outside, I probably had a lot of the same questions or, wondered the same things as the people that watch. And, when you get inside the group, everybody's number one priority is everybody else, is how do we help other people? And, how do we put the best stuff out there, and how do we work together as a group to make this more special and to attract more people, to help more people. And, that is 100% the way that it is. The conversations are all, targeted around that. And that does make it special. And so for me, if I was to answer that question, I would say one word, and that is selfless, right? Everybody checks their egos at the door for sure, but 100% selfless, everybody that is a part of this group. So, and that is rare in this day and age, to have a bunch of people that are on the same page like that. So one final question here, guys, and we'll go around the horn in the same order again. Where do all of you see Home of the Hustle 365 days from today? We all talk about, where we're going and how to improve in business and stay motivated and all those things. So let's commit to some things. Let's put some things out there and set some goals for this group. And hopefully all these 29 people that are currently watching can help us and commit to these goals with us. And let's take this sucker to the next level. So, Jay, the Titan.
Yeah. First off, man, if you are still on this feed, if you are liking what you're seeing tonight, man, do us a favor, share this out. There's somebody in your network who needs to know what Home of the Hustle is. It can help them just like it helps you. Let's share the love, baby. And let's drop some emojis and get this thing fired up, because we've been here for a year for y'all, man, and we're committed. I'm here once a week, every Monday night, grabbing guests, bringing the info, pulling people on that'll drop nuggets for you guys. And it's a consistent thing, man. People want to know how to win. It's consistency. You don't show up once, you show up every time. So for year 2, Home of the Hustle, we are going to work on throwing an event. By this time next year, we should have an event under our belt. We're going to start branching out onto YouTube, and you already follow us on Instagram. If you don't, you're late. That's your fault. Go catch us on Instagram right now, because our Instagram is completely different than this. You're not going to see our faces. You're going to see other things on Instagram. We're using that platform completely different. And it won't be long before you'll be wearing a Home of the Hustle hat, a Home of the Hustle shirt, something with the Frankism on it probably. And so we're going to keep moving this thing forward. We're going to tighten up the image, the brand, the culture, and we're going to continue to push forward. So the way we grew from 0 to 1 is the same way we're going to push forward and go from 1 to 2. And I'm more interested in seeing what we look like at 5, man. How about you guys?
Yeah.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Frank, what do you think, man? 365 days from today, where are we going to be?
Man, 365 days from today. Hopefully, and I know we're going to hear it, we're going to see it. We're going to have more stories after stories after stories of people that said, man, appreciate what you guys did, because I started my business. I took the leap. Man, I appreciate that one story, because man, now I look at my wife as my partner, not an anchor. And obviously that goes along with what Jason's talking about, doing live events or flash. There's something about live events, and I've never told my story from stage. We'll probably have to go invest in Kleenex when that happens. So it's just keeping the mastermind tight and right, and keeping on the vision of expansion, just like we're supposed to do. Just keep moving forward and making shit happen.
Christy says that 365 days from today, Frank will have a longer beard, and I would agree. I would agree.
He gonna have it all braided up.
Hey, I'll still be the shortest dude in the crew, man. As soon as y'all start trying to recruit people that are 4'10", man, that's when my ego comes into play. I'm the shortest dude in the room, man.
You start feeling threatened, man. We start bringing those 4'10" people in, right?
Yeah, man.
Like we're trying to replace you with somebody, man.
Yeah, and he's bald headed too. What the hell, man?
No doubt, man. No doubt. Eddie Martin, 365 days, man. How many likes are we gonna have? What do we got going on in this place?
All right, man. So in the next year, the game will be completely changed. So everything that you've become accustomed to will still exist, but it will be dialed, right? There will be a lot more real interviews that don't revolve necessarily just around somebody's business, that don't necessarily just, revolve around how they made it. Like, I'm going to sit down and talk with people that have been following us or that are a part of our community, people that are around, and have conversations with them about how their freaking mom died and like jacked their life up and how they came out of that. The real stuff that goes on within life. I want to give a voice to the people who are too scared to have one. Like we talk about, they don't have a voice. You have a voice. Everybody has a voice. You just don't have a platform because you don't get out of your own way. So how about we help you get out of your own way, right? So that's one thing that's going to be changing over the next year. We're like the View, with smaller dicks. Like that's what we are. So we're going to have 50,000 followers, 50,000 members within this community within the next year. That is like the minimum of what's going to go down. And my guess is it's probably going to be double that. But events, not events like when the Home of the Hustle event comes, it will be like no event that you've ever been to before. It'll be like no event that you've ever even heard of before, right? So if you want tickets to the Home of the Hustle event, like right now, if I could sell you a ticket to the event, put it in the comments right now. I want a ticket.
Boom, boom, boom. Emoji. Drop them emojis, baby.
Drop an emoji. Light it up. Give me some love. Share this shit out. Like whatever. The point is that what you've seen so far with Home of the Hustle is we've been playing. We've been playing. We've been figuring it out. We talk about action, right? Action cures everything. This is what the result of action is. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how we were going to do it. We just fucking did it. Well, once you do it and you see what's going on, then you can dial in. Then you can start to make changes. Then you can focus on your branding a little bit better. Be more intentional with the way that you are using other platforms and whatnot. So you're going to see a lot of changes coming with Home of the Hustle over the next year. Shit, in the next 90 days, you're going to see a lot of stuff going on. And we're super excited about it. But in order to get there, we had to go through what we went through and figure this thing out along the way. So I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
Does that mean we're going to scale?
Oh,
Scale!
And just so everybody knows, I want to go ahead and put this on record. I am 6 feet tall.
You are not 6 foot tall. Shut the hell up.
Standing next to me, he looks 6 foot tall.
Frank is at least 6'2".
But that's the number one comment I have gotten for the last year. You are taller in person.
I'm beginning to think that Frank is Joy Behar. Telling stories up in here like Joy Behar.
Uh-huh.
So listen, guys.
I'll be Martha Stewart without the prison.
There you go, man. There you go. So we got 250,000 viewers this year. Jay already said 10x that, 2.5 million viewers in 2018 going into 2019. An event, lots of stuff being thrown out there. I'm going to throw out to you guys what I want to add to it that we haven't discussed yet. So I want everybody that's on this panel right now and anybody else that joins us, I want this whole group to visit each one of those hometown cities. I want to see where you guys are from, and I want you to see where I'm from. And we'll just hang out and we'll do our own version of The View right in each of our own hometowns live. What do you think about that?
I'll come to Pittsburgh when the Titans come to town, baby.
There you go, man. Come on down and see a loss, Titan. Come on down.
A loss don't scare me. I've seen plenty, man. I'm a Titans fan. Come on.
So listen,
season around here.
So first and foremost, we had a couple people to ask for tickets. So Eddie, you got a couple takers there. Somebody said Frank is 5'12". He's not 6 foot.
He's 5'14".
He's 5'14". Yep. But again, guys, I can't thank you guys enough. This whole community and the support of you guys and the encouragement of everybody, not just on this show, but everybody that's a part of what we do, has literally taken my own life to another level and, done a lot of great things for me. And just being part of this is special for me. It's like a family. And I can't wait to see where we're at in 365 days, because I think with the things that we've got going on and the conversations that we've had, we are going to take things to a whole new level and bring in a lot of people and help a lot more people and be able to give back and do a lot of things that, we talk about privately, and they will all come to fruition. So, again, man, I thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to interview you guys, for bringing me into the group here. And I can't wait for the next year, man. We're all going to take it to the next level, and it's going to be an awesome 2018. So let's go around the horn real quick and just do some final thoughts from the Titan.
Yeah, man. We're in here talking about how we established this thing, and I think throughout this show we've touched on some really good points. But there's one thing that we have left out. There's one thing that has not been mentioned. And that is our audience, man. I want to thank everybody who comes in here, who checks for us, who pays attention, who shares the feeds, who appreciates what it is we do. And so I see you guys all on the all on the feed. And, man, we appreciate you checking in tonight, man. David, Carrie Ann, Becky, Kim, Susan Day, Scott, Josh, man. We appreciate you. We would be nothing if we were just sitting in a room talking to nobody. It's the fact that we have people out there that are listening, engaging, asking questions, sharing, showing interest, sending messages, and helping us build this network. This is the reason we do what we do. So thanks to all of you for participating in the Home of the Hustle. And you guys are all our family. We love you all. We appreciate you. And that is my last word.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Frank, last words, my friend.
Love y'all.
Right back at you, brother.
Yeah, so man, it's just like what Titan said. We obviously we resonate. And the transparency and the truth, man, people just it comes across. People feel it, they see it, and so we just appreciate, because it's people don't share stuff they don't like, and you guys really like us, and we really like you.
Amen, man. Amen. So to finish off the show, we're going to hand it off, and I'm going to let this guy close it out because he is the reason for a lot of this. So, Mr. Eddie Martin, last words, and take us on out of here.
I mean, you can't really follow up what Jason had to say. I mean, shit. It's like I walked up to Thanksgiving dinner, and there was food all over the table, and Jason walked up and just threw it all on the floor. Like, fuck this food, right? No, the reality is that we literally, Home of the Hustle would not exist. It couldn't even be anything without the people that are within the community and Jason's glasses. It wouldn't be there. Like literally what we do would not exist if it wasn't for the people that support us. If it wasn't for the DMs that come across and thanking us for something that we might have said. Like, I have literally been blown away by the impact that we've been able to have on people's lives, and those are just the people that are telling us. But none of it would exist if you guys didn't support the shows, if you weren't showing up and sharing them out. Like, we appreciate that. Like there's a lot of people that go live on Facebook on a daily basis and no one shares their stuff and no one watches their stuff. And they have a handful of people that are around, and whatever we do that is providing so much value to you guys and making you want to support what we do, like, thank you. Like, it really, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you. You are the reason why this exists. With that being said, everybody else that's a part of the hustle, right? This was an anniversary show because, you know, Frank and Jason and I, we started this thing. Brian hopped in here because we love Brian, and Brian had a great opportunity to be able to ask questions, and he kills it. So, but everybody else that is involved with the hustle, like Justin Myers. I mean, if you guys don't know about Justin Myers on Friday nights, Freedom Friday nights, you're talking about a Navy veteran that is essentially a fucking hero. Like, a hero. Like, look into Justin's story. And that's somebody who's our family. Like, we love Justin. Justin handles Friday nights. And then you have Rob Martin, the fucking renegade. Like, there is not a crazier, more genuine person that you'll ever meet in your life. Like Rob is the bridge between fucking crazy and amazing. And he would never, like now, right? Rob tells his story, like, he would never harm another person, right? He's trying to help everybody. So fortunate enough to get to meet a guy like Rob and bring Rob onto the hustle and have him, you know, being a part of this team. And then we have people who fill in for us, right? So we talk about the secret to success with this stuff is being consistent. Like, the consistency is the reason why it continues to work. Well, when we can't be consistent, when life gets in the way and we can't go live, that's what friends are for, right? That's when we lean on our people. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Justin Reckler. You know, Justin, the CI guy. I mean, this dude is like a fucking intelligence, like, I don't know, is he in the CIA or the FBI or something, but the dude is legit. And when we need his help, and he was a military guy, when we need his help, he fills in on Friday nights. When the Titan can't come on a Monday because Titan's electrical needs him, or his family needs him, or whatever else, you know, needs to be done in his real life, because we all have real fucking lives, John Maroney fills in, or Jesse Miller fills in. So we didn't mention any of those guys throughout the show, and it wasn't intentional that we didn't mention them, but we respect them and we appreciate them, and we wouldn't be able to continue to do the things that we do without them. So, you know, thank you to everybody that supports us, whether it be the folks that hop on the show and support us, whether it be when we need a guest last minute and somebody in the community is like, yeah, I want to be in, or just following, or like being a part of the community, or sharing. Like, it amazes me when I look at a live stream that went down and it's got 30, 40 shares on it. Like this, there's 26 people watching right now. We'll have at least 26 shares. I'm sure all 26 of you guys shared. But it's just incredible that many people resonate and believe in what it is that we're doing, and we're beyond blessed to be in the position that we're in. So thank you.
Amen.
Amen to that, man. Amen. So Eddie was supposed to take us out, but in proper Eddie fashion, he kind of hung it out there a little bit. So I appreciate you guys all. I appreciate the viewers, everybody that watched tonight. We got emojis flying across the screen here like crazy. There's love flying around the room like crazy. So
oh, wait. What the hell's wrong with me? Hold on, stop the show. Y'all know Kim Goodman? like,
how about that?
Dude, Kim is like, I'm blown away by Kim, honestly. I'm blown away by her personality, who she is, like what she's about, her mission, you know, who she helps and what she does. And I apologize, Kim, that you didn't immediately come to mind, but you just came on the hustle like a week ago, so sorry about it. But huge shout out to Kim, because Kim is freaking amazing. If you guys aren't following Kim or friends with Kim, she's in the feed right now. Go connect with her, because you will be very hard pressed to find somebody as loving and genuine and on it as Kim is.
Yeah, her brother says the bearded beauty.
Says what?
Her brother says the bearded beauty.
Yeah, how cool is that? She comes on the feed and rocks a beard and looks just like Frank. That's fantastic, man.
It doesn't get any better than that, man. It doesn't get any better. Well, listen, guys, one last thank you to you guys. I appreciate you. You guys all make me a better person, a better father, a better business person, a better everything. And this whole community does the same for all of us. So, again, thank you guys for having me on. To everybody out there watching, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight and every night that you tune in. And we appreciate you, and we're going to work our asses off to make sure that 365 days from today, this community is bigger. We're doing even bigger things than we've done so far. So appreciate you guys, and we will catch you later.
Freedom Friday nights tomorrow night with Justin Myers. Go check that out.
Yep. 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, too. We're going to introduce David Hutch.
Oh, in the afternoon. The Nooner's back.
Peace out, y'all.
Later.
See you guys.